All right. You know, I like the PlayStation, obviously. We've made that clear. So, I'm just doing a little bit more research around, kind of what made the PlayStation special. So we kind of looked into what made the PlayStation interesting. Oh, pardon my voice, by the way. I went to watch wrestling and I freaking yelled my freaking voice box to nothing. But besides the point, uh, I'm just here. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that made the PlayStation interesting. It clearly wasn't the power of the system, because apparently the PlayStation 2 was the weakest system out of that generation, but had a lot of attitude and some really talented developers that kind of brought you the best of the best stuff. So we're just going to check this out. This is just a Mojo Plays, top 10 best PS2 exclusives. There's not going to have all the good stuff like, Def Jam Vendetta, Fight for New York. Is it Def Jam Vendetta, Fight for New York? Is it Def Jam, Fight for New York? Anyway, Fight for NY was crazy, but it's not an exclusive. NBA Street Volume 2, crazy, not an exclusive though. So, Resident Evil was on GameCube, but the Resident Evil port, Resident Evil 4 port, cracked out of its mind. Absolutely fire, but not an exclusive. So, we're just going to check out and see what Mojo Plays has on their list. Has some stuff I recognize, has some stuff that I recognize and never played, and it might have stuff that I've never seen or interacted with because it just wasn't my steez. So let's get started. Looks like Devil May Cry is what we're starting, which is a solid start.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Let's rock. Funny. Ha 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 ha. Ooh.
Welcome to Mojo Plays, and today we're looking back to the good old days and picking out 10 of the best exclusives for the PlayStation 2. For this list, we'll be looking at games that at the time of their release,
these are some good ones already, I'm not gonna lie.
Sony's second console, even if they were ported or re-released.
Never played Persona. Sorry, Persona fans, don't hold that against me, but never played it. Not really a turn-based guy. I don't hate it. Like I like Final Fantasy. What was it? I can't remember which number it is. We were playing that. Dang, what is that game where you're underwater and you're kicking the ball? It's like underwater soccer / Quidditch, whatever, man. That game was fire too. I did like that. Final Fantasy X10, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 10 2. Those games were fun, but again, not really a turn-based guy.
Released elsewhere after the sixth
They just shoot
generation of
himself in the head?
consoles had ended. Believe us when we tell you there was no shortage of PS2 exclusives.
Shadow of Colossus.
But what was your
Banger.
favorite exclusive on the PS2?
Kingdom Hearts 2,
Let us
banger.
know down in the comments.
Never played Ico.
Before we continue,
Never played Ico.
be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the
Never
bell to
played
get
Ico.
notified about our latest videos. Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Before Nintendo taught us how to play with their Wii, this was the party game. Guitar Hero was a revelation amongst music rhythm game fans and newcomers alike,
Fire.
and spawned a phenomenon that led to an overwhelming number of sequels and spin-offs that all started on the PS2. While Guitar Hero 2 is where the series truly hit the mainstream due to its multi-platform release, you would have been hard-pressed not to find a copy of Guitar Hero and its plastic guitar peripheral alongside any PS2 owner's collection. The simplicity of its controls and literal pick-up-and-play nature made it one of the best games for you and a group of friends to put all that time playing air guitar
Very
into
true.
real-world practice, and it was an absolute blast.
Man, Guitar Hero. Everybody had it. I mean, if you had a PlayStation, obviously. Everybody's aware of the Guitar Hero control. Oh, what? $90? Yeah. Oh, they have like controllers that are even. Oh, the game has changed, guys. What are you guys doing? What is this? What is this? Y'all going crazy in the Guitar Hero world. But not like everybody had a Guitar Hero guitar. Everybody, played it. Everybody enjoyed it. Hell of a game. I logged some hours in it. Sometimes it was kind of frustrating. I was never really that good at it. But, it was a blast, dude. I played played real guitar at the time. You know, I'm left-handed, so it was upside down when I would play. But because I had a right-handed guitar, you know, who cares? Guitar Hero is a blast, man. Like, you know, you could get at least a couple hours of fun out of it in any group setting. Even by yourself, you can get a couple hours of fun out of it. So definitely solid. It's kind of crazy that a lot of these awesome games kind of started in this generation of consoles. Really, like all the stuff that you see today, kind of generated from here. Maybe a few kind of was before that, like you know, Metal Gear Solid was before, like Metal Gear Solid 1, but like Metal Gear Solid really grew into itself, you know, when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out. So yeah, man, really stupid interesting.
Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec.
Gran Turismo.
The
A
Gran
PT
Turismo
Cruiser
series was always the pinnacle of real-life simulation racing ever since its debut on the PS1, but with Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, Polyphony Digital crafted what is considered by some to be their magnum opus of the franchise. While the number of cars was significantly less than in Gran Turismo 2, what was on offer more than made up for the lack of options.
But I played Gran Turismo 2. Was that PlayStation? Was that regular PlayStation? Turismo. Can't spell. 2. Gran Turismo 2, 1999. PlayStation. Yeah. Yep. That was the one I had. Like, you know, I'll never forget. Dodge Viper GTS. Yeah. This. I used to be like a car nerd. Like anytime I get into a game that has anything to do with like real life, you know, a simulation or something like that, it really kind of taught me a lot about whatever I was trying to go for. So like I just remember the Dodge Viper GTS being the car that I really, really wanted. I think it was like the Lotus Elise. Let me see. I don't know if this was on Gran Turismo 2. Yeah. The Gran Turismo. Yeah, no. The Lotus Elise as well. Those are the two. It looks horrific. It is this little squat little car. Ooh, look at me. But no, it was definitely like a blast, man. Like I remember playing a heck of a lot of Gran Turismo 2 as a kid. Didn't play Gran Turismo 3 though. Not gonna lie. Definitely didn't play Gran Turismo 3. But it looks nice. Look at the motion blur.
With 180 cars, 19 tracks, and numerous high-performance vehicles to choose from,
Kinda
and
clean,
numerous
actually.
challenges associated with each, fans of the series had a lot to get their engines going. Gran Turismo 3 also substantially bumped up the detail of each track and vehicle thanks to the increased power of the PS2,
Yeah.
making it one of the best-looking racers on the console throughout the entirety of the PS2's lifecycle.
That lighting is no joke. I mean, I know this is kind of blurry. Kind of. This is blurry. But, like, this is no joke. You can see that from PlayStation 1, like, you know, I showed you that Lotus Elise, how garbage it looked. Like, compared to this, you have soft lighting. You know, it's kind of like you can kind of see the frames. The frames are different. You can't tell, obviously, it was a picture that I showed before. But obviously, the frames that they were being picked up on this console were kind of nuts. Yeah, man. Wow. Like, it really stepped it up. Even though they had less cars. But I don't, 100 something plus, 150, 160 plus, I think he said cars. That's quite a bit of cars. I think you'll be just fine, you know, doing that. But shoot, what's not on here is Need for Speed Underground 2. I think that's because it's not exclusive. Let me see, Need for Speed Underground 2. Ooh. Yeah, it's not on here because it's exclusive. It's not, you know, it's not exclusive, I should say. Let me see. I'm trying not to get in a whole other video here.
Let's put this old phone back in service.
Of course, we got an ad running. We love those. I am not paying for YouTube Red till I can afford it. Yeah, nah, like, we got this guy enjoying. Check out Black Panther. I'm sure you already have 1 million plus. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, look at this, bro. Like,
much. And it's even better considering that it doesn't have like a dynamic day-night system. That probably makes it so much easier, because if you got the dynamic day and night, you've got to adjust things based on, well, day and night.
Like, this is nuts. Like, the customization that you could do, the card selection that you had, you know, it just was a blast to play. Like, the open world system, I think, did they have cops? Like, you can run away from the cops in this? Like, I mean, come on. I mean, but the reason it ain't on this list is because it's not exclusive. So there's a lot of games that aren't exclusive, but was a part of this generation that absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. You could play, like, this generation of games is like you could play back to back to back to back, like different games, and it'll feel brand new every time you did, because you just had this insane cycle of games. You know, people talk about nowadays your taste, all you do is play FPS, all you do is do this. I mean, it's kind of because you're kind of incentivized to play one game. Like the battle pass systems, everything is a gaming as a service. Like, you need to put in a lot of time to get the value out, as opposed to just paying, you know, your lump sum up front and just getting in there. So there's no real time limitations. You know, once the season's over, you miss the opportunity to get your nifty skin. Yay! You know, but, you know, with these games, like, obviously you bought them, they're already baked, already completely made, everything was clean. Well, for the most part, some games absolutely sucked. Like, I'm going to make a little video on some of the worst games made for this console, because it's not all roses. But, yeah, man, like, you could swap games left and right. You'd be able to just kind of have fun all day long. I don't feel that same way these days, just because, one, you're incentivized to play one game. I mean, if you're, or to play as little games as possible for a long time. So, you know, if you're a content creator, you kind of are hard stuck in the game that you've come up playing. So if your numbers are hot in one game, chances are your numbers aren't going to be crazy hot in another game, because there's not a lot of overlap as far as the audiences go. You know, if you're playing a game as a fun, like for fun, you may be able to get away with it if you're not paying for the stuff. So if you don't pay for a battle pass, or you don't really care about cosmetics that much, you're a little bit more free to move around. Sometimes it's more than cosmetics. So like COD, like, you have to grind out stuff to even get certain guns. So, you know, there's all this, like, Tarkov is a white-based system. So, like, yeah, you can game, but, like, it takes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours to kind of get to, unless you're, like, a really good Tarkover. I don't know how fast you can, you know, grind up to get all the best guns. But, you know, it takes a while everywhere you go. But in the past, it's like, it may take a while, but, like, come on, it's like the experiences were so far apart. You know, you're able to kind of just enjoy, you know, a whole bunch of different things. I'm sure the indie game enjoyers are gonna just play indie, whatever, dude. Like, how many times we're gonna reskin Minecraft or reskin? Really, it's for me, for indie games, and this is gonna be a tough take for a lot of people to hear, and I don't care. I'll do some research on that too. It's just like, okay, take some of the most popular games that exist and pixelate it or indieify it, essentially. You know, I know people love Ultra Kill a lot, but, like, just Doom roguelike. Like, just play Doom. If you want to get, like, that high level, like, high execution, Ultra Kill is high level, high execution, but, like, it's not at the scale of, like, Doom or Doom Eternal or this new Doom that's coming out. I can't wait for that. Anyway, let's get back to it. There's a big aside.
To date, Gran Turismo 3 remains the highest rated entry in the long-running franchise.
Drift!
Ratchet and Clank,
Hard!
This guy's your biggest fan. That is rather disturbing.
There's no shortage of great action platformers on the PS2, but the Ratchet and Clank series managed to not only stand out due to its inventive weaponry, but also has managed to stand the test of time and become one of Sony's biggest IPs that remains ongoing even 2 decades later. However, even with all the newer iterations and modern upgrades to the familiar formula, Up Your Arsenal is still considered the benchmark for the series. Everything from its variety of weapons, level design, character arcs, and hilarious script were all pitch perfect, and Insomniac even saw fit to include a pretty robust multiplayer mode as well.
I believe some congratulations are in order. After all, my plan worked even more perfectly than expected. Well?
Dude, Ratchet and Clank, like, there's a lot of personality too. Like, you get Psychonauts, you get kind of these different platformers. Platformers, you had a blast playing Jack and Daxter, like all those types of games. Like, they had characters you gave a crap about. At least they were fun to play. You know, it was very colorful, very bright, very cartoonish. You know, you don't know what you're gonna bump into next, and for the most part, enjoyable. Sometimes there were some sucky sections that were like, you know, difficulty spiked to hell, but like other than that, really fun games to play, and like more than just play, but like enjoy as entertainment. Like, yeah, you can tell by these cutscenes that they're having a lot of fun with this.
Way to go, dude.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Another one. Banger.
Sounds like we gotta start by helping out here.
We've said it
Mickey
before.
went hard.
But Kingdom Hearts is a series that by all
You getting
accounts
spanked, boy.
shouldn't work as well as it does. The original Kingdom Hearts instantly endeared itself to fans of both Disney and Final Fantasy,
Wow.
and its sequel only improved on the groundwork laid by the first title. The combat was snappier and allowed for greater customization and combo building, the companion AI was vastly improved, the narrative was much easier to follow this time around, for the most part, and the boss fights and worlds you encountered are still some of the most iconic in the series, and lifted straight from the Disney Vault itself. There are now 13 games in the series, but the franchise's second entry is undoubtedly the one most beloved by fans.
I agree.
What? Oh, no, don't even worry about that. That's just real technical, just for us Guardians.
You tricked us.
No.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah, everybody loves Kingdom Hearts. The story is very difficult to follow. I mean, for me at this point, you should watch a video about the storyline for this. It's probably out of control, especially because you have to play all the other weird side games. Like, I had the side game for the Game Boy Advance, the card one. Didn't beat it, obviously, because it just, you know, it was really good, actually, but I was just too dumb as a kid to, you know, understand the mechanics. But nah, Kingdom Hearts, lit. Definitely a lot of fun, man. Definitely a lot of fun. Like, I remember having it and the game was scratched up, and like I tried to beat I beat the game, but I couldn't see the end sequence because it was too scratched up to finish. So I couldn't finish it. Like, I finished it, like I beat the last boss, but I couldn't, you know, complete the narrative. It sucked. It sucked. So I still don't even remember how it ended. But, you know, I definitely had a blast playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 1 as well, but Kingdom Hearts 2 for sure. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful game. I definitely it's kind of burned in the back of my head a little bit.
3. Snake
Like
Eater.
this game. Snake Eater was burning in the back of my head like crazy. Spank Ocelot.
Never underestimate Hideo Kojima and his ability to one-up himself.
True.
After the immensely impressive but divisive Metal Gear Solid 2, Kojima let fans finally play as Snake like they had always wanted. Sort of. A prequel
David
detailing
Hayter.
the origins of Big Boss himself, Kojima took the genre he created and took it to a primitive level, forcing Naked Snake to constantly change his camo to blend in, hunt wild game for health, and even tend to wounds sustained during battle. This might not have been the Snake players were expecting to play as, but it was still very much a Metal Gear Solid title, and Kojima ended up crafting one of his best
so
and
good.
most cohesive narratives to date, packing his trademark double crosses and plot twists amongst some of the most emotional gut punches in the entire series.
She was a real hero.
Love this game. Freaking love this game, especially the end. Let's see if we can do Metal Gear. Should just put Snake Eater. The end. Dog. We don't need to go through the whole thing, but like beating the end, like that's how I knew. Like, again, you knew Hideo wasn't playing when he had that mind reader dude in Metal Gear Solid 1. You had to switch the memory card slots or switch your controller to controller 2 or memory card slot to memory card slot 2 because it can read your memory. Oh, you've been playing Ape Escape. Like I knew he went crazy there, but he went super crazy on this one. Give it a like because obviously it's the end. You gotta like the video. David Hayter, Beast. Dude.
I beg of you, grant me the strength to take this final prey. Let me linger in this world just a little longer. I have already slept enough for one lifetime. Enough for an eternity. You have my thanks. I have to thank you for waking me. If you hadn't shown up, my sleep would have been eternal.
Hard.
Do you hear me, Snake? I am the end. I am here to send you to your ultimate fate. You'll make a fine quarry for my final hunt.
Dude. Yeah, get low, man. Yeah, like, so you'd have to chase this dude around the forest. He's camoed
The
up.
forest is divided into 3 areas.
You have to go-
a plateau, and a clearing. He should be lying in wait for you in one of those places.
Sounds like this may take a while.
It'll be a test of endurance. Be careful, though.
And there's a reason why they set it up. Like, he set it up the way that they said, hey, I'm old. If you didn't wake me up, I'd be sleeping for an eternity. Like, you have to hunt him down through 3 areas, 3 pretty expansive areas, while getting sniped at. And you have to take him down. Let me see if we can have, like, an engagement. Using some heat vision goggles to catch him. Running around, more running around. There he is. You gotta creep up on him.
Freeze. Huh? How did you?
I don't know what this man's doing with his aim right now.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Dang.
Fight like a man.
Oh, I did freeze. You didn't get to see him leap. But yeah, basically you creep up on him, you attack him. But then there's, like if it takes, since this takes a long time to do, they have it set up to where he dies of old age. Like, let me see. Let me see if I can find dies of old age. So yeah, you can, like, there's a thing you could do. You can manipulate the PlayStation time, and it allows you to speed up how many days it takes. Because I think if it takes you days to beat him, or if it takes you a long time to beat him, he just dies.
Drop your weapon.
Drop your weapon.
Drop your weapon. Major, I found the end. He's dead.
What the hell happened?
Maybe it was from old age.
You mean he kicked the bucket in the middle of a battle?
Maybe.
Well, Snake, the victory is yours.
No, I don't think so.
What do you mean?
It was his dying wish to fight me, but I disappointed him.
Snake, listen to yourself. This is a mission. It's not a game, it's not a sport. You think you're competing for the gold at Tokyo or something?
I guess you're right.
Just focus on completing the mission.
Yes, sir.
Before Snake, it bumps Snake out. But not like, this game had these types of dynamics, and it kind of just, it was just awesome. Just allowed for this type of creativity. Like, and like, I haven't seen, other than this kind of generation, this type of creativity be employed. Like, it felt like with the new technology of these systems, like they came with this, PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, like with this technology, they were able to really kind of convey some interesting gameplay loops, like really kind of be really creative. Nowadays we kind of live with these things. We've seen these types of twists. We've seen these type of tricks and gameplay, fun little gameplay things be achieved before. So nothing's as new as this used to be. But like seeing, like fighting the end for days, like, and then running up on him and he's dead. Like that was just such a fun way of going about things, man.
She was a true patriot.
Persona 3.
You
Didn't play
can't
this.
plug your ears and cover your eyes.
You're a creepy kid.
And so it begins.
The Persona and Shin Megami series already had their fans from their days back on the PS1, but Persona 3 is where the series finally found its mainstream audience. The mix of day-to-day life of a high school student and battling the shadows of the dark hour by night resonated with gamers who wanted a more traditional JRPG and fans of life simulation titles. There continues to be an ongoing argument about whether the third or fourth entry is best, but Persona 3 marked a turning point for the series
Man,
and
just
proved
keeps
to be so popular
shooting
it
himself in the
spawned
head.
numerous spin-offs and sequels and made it a household name amongst gamers.
This is gonna be a fun year. I can feel it.
Devil May Cry 3.
I definitely need to get my emulator, dust off the emulator, and play some of these especially the ones I haven't played. Like I played Devil May Cry, but only like on a demo. Like I haven't actually gotten it, which kind of sucks. But I'm very aware of Devil May Cry.
3. Dante's Awakening.
It's showtime.
Ooh, fresh. Come on.
The original Devil May Cry was the shot of adrenaline the action genre needed to kickstart the PS2. And while the sequel definitely killed the series' momentum, Dante's third entry took things back to the beginning for the Demon Hunter and once again revitalized not only the genre, but the franchise's brand as well. Dante's Awakening gave players a younger and even cockier Dante
Nice.
and a more cohesive story that focused on the rivalry between him and his brother Virgil. Everything about Dante's Awakening just clicked. The playgrounds were larger, the weapon options were better and punchier, and the over-the-top nature of the series was solidified and helped Dante regain his title as the most badass demon hunter in gaming.
I love this. This is what I live for.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I need to get some games real quick. That's what I'm gonna be doing in the very near future. Your boy is gonna pop out and get as many of these as possible and kind of run through these. This looks stupid fun. This looks like a crazy amount. Still, I'm playing Legend of Zelda. What is it? Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom first, though. I got to get through those. My Switch calls me.
I'm absolutely crazy about it.
Final
Badass.
Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy
This is my
X. Yep,
story.
yep.
It'll go the way I want it. Or I'll end it here.
Final Fantasy XII could have easily taken this spot, but we decided to focus on 10 due to its popularity and impact on the long-running series.
Yeah.
By the time Final Fantasy X released on the PS2,
Hard.
the series had become synonymous with PlayStation, and just like Final Fantasy VII before it, Final Fantasy X made the PS2 a must-have system for not just Final Fantasy fans, but fans of JRPGs as well.
Agreed.
The astounding graphical leap from 9 to 10 was unprecedented, as well as the addition of voice acting, which brought more weight to the interactions between characters, as well as one of the best love stories the series has ever told. Final Fantasy X might not have broken the mold when it came to the series' iconic turn-based battles, but everything around it was a staggering upgrade.
You knew
Plus, you can ride on chocobos. We love chocobos.
this was gonna happen, didn't you?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell us?
All right. Great acting.
If I had told you the truth, would that really have stopped you from coming?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Another banger. So good.
While both Eco and Shadow of the Colossus are undeniably iconic PS2 classics, Shadow of the Colossus gains the edge due to its brilliant gameplay design and masterful art direction.
Absolutely.
Shadow of the Colossus took the concept of impressive spectacle boss fights and made it their central mechanic of the entire game. These giants can often be found peacefully minding their own business until the player comes along, and each one presents its own challenge as players need to discover either the quickest way to the top or how to trap said Colossus to finally bring them down.
So
For a
good.
game with virtually no dialogue, it's a testament to the game's spectacular direction that it's also one of the most emotional roller coaster rides on the PS2, and remains one of the landmark titles for the argument that games should be viewed as works of art.
Wow. Wow.
God of War 2.
I don't remember this story all the way through. Shadow of Colossus, so that's another one I got to run through again. But dude, super fun. Not very long game, because it's all boss battles. But dude, so beautiful, and the feeling that you get just riding the horse. Sometimes just riding it like you're going to the next boss because that's the only thing that's out there. It's just you, your girlfriend, I think, who's asleep, and the bosses. You're just kind of in the quiet. It's such a good game, dude. Oops.
Do you see, gods of Olympus? Do you need more proof than this?
When Kratos burst onto the gaming scene in 2005 with his Chaos Blades, his quest for revenge and no-nonsense attitude instantly made him an icon as the angriest protagonist in gaming. God of War 2 built upon this initial premise and managed to make Kratos even angrier as his betrayal at the hands of the gods spurred him into initiating their eradication from the Greek pantheon.
I suck at tapping. Maybe I'm better at it, but I was so bad at tapping. Oh.
The weapon selection was more
Tap. Oh, my thumb. You see this how fast I can do it. It's not good at all.
diverse, the action was more visceral, the environments were far more varied and detailed, and the boss fights were some of the biggest in gaming at the time, and the over-the-top nature of these encounters easily made God of War 2 one of the best action games on the PS2.
Zeus, your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Did you enjoy this video?
Dude, Kratos was so pissed. He was always pissed. He was always cranked up to 12, 13. just shouting, being mad. Like, I couldn't play God of War because they had boobies in it. I was too young. But I did play the demos too. But, my mom didn't let me have it, obviously, because of the boobage. That and Grand Theft Auto, they didn't let me play that either, unfortunately. But now they can't stop me. But no, I mean, this was crazy. Like, there are a lot of amazing games. All of them I've heard of. As far as exclusives go, I may not have played them all. I played quite a few of them, or one of their variations at least. And they were all kind of just bangers, man. Like, and it was like this all the time. Like, now everybody, there are people who will always say, "Oh, not boring," blah 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 blah. Yeah, games aren't boring because you have decades and decades and decades of awesome games made. So yeah, technically it won't be boring, but the new games, new releases, little one note, little boring. If you're gonna get something quote unquote interesting, it has to be from a company that doesn't have that many publisher strings attached. So a lot of indies, but those are kind of simplistic, especially compared to these experiences. But no, like, dude, definitely playing PlayStation kind of showed you like high level execution all the time. Not all the time. Some of these games sucked. I'll find some of those very trash PS2 games. But when they were very good, they were stinking very good. And it just felt like on average, they were just like a solid lineup. You could be playing all day long. And it would be different experiences every time you went in. So, yeah, like, and very different experience. Like, Persona does not feel like it. I haven't played Persona, but it doesn't look like it feels like Final Fantasy. Like, they're the same type of genre, but they feel and look wholly different. So maybe I'm confused. Beautiful Joe wasn't in this. Maybe it's not exclusive. Maybe at the time it wasn't exclusive, but they had a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, really, these are the top 10 for the 10 best PS2 exclusives by Mojo Plays. I'm sure you've seen some of their videos, countdowns, and all that good noise. Love these games. Love it. Love the PS2. Kind of gave it that flavor, kind of gave it that life. And it's lost. I feel like that magic is lost a bit because you're not getting these types of high level executions, like highly incentivized. This is what it looks like when you have like these large developers, large publishers working together, creating some very, like, it wasn't just about creating something that makes money, but it was about the art about it as well, which made it very fun and interesting. So PS2, man, I give it PS2 10 out of 10. I love the PlayStation, so I'm gonna boot up an emulator, get a couple of these games, see what's up with them, because it's been a long time, and I finally got a computer that can handle playing them. And yeah, man, PlayStation 2. How do you feel about these exclusives? Name some games that aren't exclusives that you really enjoyed playing when you had the PlayStation 2, or that you're playing on the emulator now. Maybe I could check those suckers out. Make sure you like the video, especially if you watch it this far. If you didn't like the video and you watched it this far, hello. Dislike button, hello. Goodbye, hello, goodbye. Make sure to subscribe for more. I play a lot of Overwatch because that's, again, what a lot of people enjoy from me. But, I branch out every once in a while, and now I'm doing some reactions and things like that. Working on some video essays, hard work, long effort. May not get the most return on those, but that's what we diversify for. I go live at least once a week, usually. People stop by. It's a lot of fun. Have a little bit of conversations. Play a little Overwatch. Watch a little video. And then we get off and edit it out. So thank you for watching. And I will see you again. Hopefully. Bye.